Hey guys, it's Scott here and welcome back to the weekly roundup on Leicester Till I Die TV. We have returned after the international break finished and unfortunately we've come back to a loss. But more on that as well as the big sort of leak kind of news regarding stadium expansion updates to come in today's episode. If you do enjoy it, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below, subscribe if you want to see more Leicester Till I Die videos, and let's get right into it. So first things first, the Liverpool result. There doesn't really need to be much discussion about what happened in that game. They had injuries, we had injuries, they've still got world-class players. They did well, we did not. Our midfield got completely dominated, overrun, and they pretty much just showed us who's boss, to be honest with you. Our passing was poor. They seemed pretty solid. They kept Vardy very quiet, and it was just always going to be a hard game. Hence why they have gone so long without losing at Anfield. I think it's now 64 games is their ridiculous record or something like that. So even though they did have some injuries, again, we have our own. And although you wouldn't know that if you were watching it on TV or listening to it on the radio or anything like that, yeah, we have the same problems as them. And so it was going to be hard. We did see the return of Fofana, which was good, but still no return as of yet in the Premier League for Ricky P, Castan, or Ndidi, or Soyuncu. However, Ricardo Pereira did play in the under-23s for 60 minutes the other day, and so that is pretty nice to see him finally getting back into action with his first minutes since March when he got that horrible injury in that game against Aston Villa. So Ricky P getting close to fitness to be playing in the Prem again. Castan missed out on the Liverpool game because of a slight twinge, but should be okay to play against Fulham, which surely means that he's probably not even going to be risked at all against Braga on Thursday. So we're slowly getting there towards actually having our main team back up and running, and with Ndidi and Soyuncu still to come back, then we're looking good, considering the fact that we're still really high in the table and we've had so many massive injury problems, including, again, Ricky P being out for the entire season so far. So things are looking up despite that result, which was always pretty much going to be a loss. Like, I think as soon as the season started, everyone saw the fixtures, they'd put that one down as a loss. So it's fine. However, tomorrow, as you're watching this, is Braga, and it's a big game. Just like it was the first time round, we actually came out with a big win in that game. We do have 9 points from 9 available, which is perfect. And if we pick up any more, then, I mean, we're basically through already. But if we pick up any more, then I think we pretty much guarantee to ourselves that we are through. So a draw tomorrow, minimum, would be amazing for us. Do I have that much confidence? Not really, but at the same time, we did well against them last time, so at the same time, you can be optimistic. So I really, really hope that we just put in a solid performance. Whether we win, lose, or draw, let's just play well, because against Liverpool, even though we lost, we didn't play well, and we didn't look like a good team that are fighting to try and push towards the top of the table, whereas against Braga, we need to show we're no joke. We're getting through to the next round, and then hopefully the next round and next one, and we're going to try our hardest to win this competition. So we need to show that that is what we're all about tomorrow. And again, we still have injuries, but we did for the first game as well, so we got to have a little bit of hope there. Obviously, after Braga, we have got Fulham as well on Monday, and judging by how Fulham are playing, if we don't win that one, then that would be a bit of a disappointment, because we've looked really good this season despite all of our problems that have been going on. Fulham have not. And some of the games that they play, I know that they scored 2 against Everton and actually made it like not the easiest game of all for Everton. They still just look awful for such big periods of games. And so what we need to do is take advantage of, let's say, the opening half an hour of the game where Fulham are just not up to speed and everything. We need to strike. We need to get like 2 goals ahead and then ride it out for the rest of the game, and that would be okay. But if we don't take our chances, they do have a little bit of quality going forward to potentially get a goal or 2, but the defence is just on the ropes for basically the entire game. So I have good faith that we should get a solid result against Fulham, and I think basically everybody that's watching this video would be disappointed if we didn't. But that is not the biggest news that has come out this week, as a lot of images have been going around regarding the planned extension to the King Power Stadium. Now, there was a leaked photo that came out years ago that showed potential ideas for the landscaping that was going to happen to the top side of the stadium, going from the east stand outwards. There are a couple of buildings that go up towards the crossroads that are owned by, I think, Eon and some other companies. And we knew that Leicester were trying to get hold of those, but were not possible to get hold of them until 2020, is what the rumours were. And so all of that planning for the landscaping and potential use of maybe making a hotel there, potentially a smaller track and stadium and training pitch kind of thing that were rumoured to be there, weren't possible to even plan for until they could get hold of those buildings, which now apparently has all been done. And the rumours are that the people that have done the training ground are the people that are mocking up these designs for the new stadium expansion. So I'm going to show them on the screen, and I want to know your guys' opinions. So here you are. These are the images that are going around right now, and I have seen a lot of opinions. I tweeted this out myself and asked for people's thoughts on it, and a lot of fans of other teams say that they think it would look good if it wraps around the whole stadium, but they don't like it when it is just on one stand. Personally, the Allianz Arena is my favourite stadium slash building slash structure in the world. As someone who's done architecture, I love it. And this gives me Allianz vibes of the ETFE panels on the top. I don't know if they'd be able to light up or anything like the Allianz, but if we do potentially go to expand the rest of the stadium, if our club grows and grows over the next few years, and we go from the east stand to then the west stand, and then combine the others as well, this could wrap all the way around and look special. That opening looks like a bit of a Wembley way from that side of the east stand up to that grand entrance with the badges and everything. I really like it. And I think the only place that it looks a little bit dodgy is from the side angle. And I think that's just because, again, it is one modern stand, whereas the rest is not. We had the same thing, obviously, with the Tigers Stadium in Leicester, where they renovated one big stand first, and it looked a little bit out of place. But I feel like it is the way forward, because we can't really go from a 30k stadium to a 70k or something ridiculous like that, expanding the whole thing in one go. So I think to go with one big stand first makes the most sense, and I'd really, really like to hear your guys' thoughts on it, because again, I'm someone that has been in this field for quite a long time. That's what I did my university master's degree in, and so I have very different thoughts to the average football fan, because I look at things in a slightly different way. So I'd like to hear your opinions on whether you think that obviously it's not fully fledged details and everything like that, but what you think about the landscaping around it and the idea in general of this stadium design. Let me know in the comments, because I'm excited either way, whether it does end up fully looking like this or something similar or something completely different. I'm just excited to see our club grow to the fact that we can expand our stadium like that and just be like, yeah, we're doing it. We've got a world-class training centre, one of the best in the country, one of the best in Europe, and now we're expanding our stadium as well. We're Leicester City. We do what we want. So things are looking good for the club going forward. I mean, we're doing well in the Europa League, we're doing well in the Prem. Stadium expansion looks like it's potentially going to push forward now that obviously COVID and everything is slowly getting a bit better, very, very slowly, but fans are potentially going to be able to start coming back to football once lockdown ends. We obviously don't know what tier Leicester are going to be in, but if they are in either tier 1 or tier 2, then fans will be allowed back up to 2,000 or up to 4,000. If we're in tier 3, none can go, unfortunately. So there is a chance that in a couple of weeks, Leicester fans will be able to go back, and that would be amazing. And then we get this sort of construction stuff started. I'm excited for the future of the club. I hope you guys are as well. Remember to leave your feedback in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys next week for another one of these. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.